Okay, sorry about that. We're good now.
We're ready?
Yep.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Good evening. Can I get a motion to reconvene the regular meeting of the Proviso Township High School Board of Education?
So moved. Second.
Ms. Barberham, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson.
Aye.
Mr. Ocampo.
Aye.
Ms. Patterson.
Aye.
Ms. Grant. Aye. Mr. Bilteris.
Aye.
Ms. Barberham, aye. Motion carried. We are in regular session at 7:34 p.m.
Thank you. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ms. Barberham, please read our vision statement.
Through expectations of excellence and by providing equitable educational opportunities to empower each student, our graduates are prepared for college careers and to serve as contributing members of a dynamic global society.
Thank you. At this time, the Board of Education opens the floor for public comments. The board will receive public comment from any individuals present this evening who have submitted a request to address the board per the established procedures. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes in accordance with Board Policy 2-230. We believe that all participants in the meeting desire the best outcomes for our students, families, and communities. As a reminder, this meeting is being live streamed and will also be archived and available on the district website.
Our first public comment and only is Della Patterson.
Good evening. I'm going to ask once again that at the end of the board meeting, board members should be able to speak. In an attempt to possibly silence me, that's not going to work. I'm going to take this opportunity to inform students that I've already met with and the parents that we will not do the Historically Black College Tour. The bus company wanted $32,000 for one bus. The bus that agreed to do it for $16,500 due to unforeseen circumstances on New Year's Eve called and canceled. So we will look forward to doing that at a later time, maybe next year. I want this public to understand and know that this is an elected board position, which means folk had to knock on doors and ask you for your vote. One board member does not have a right to take your taxpayer dollars because they haven't seen or someone hasn't been at a board meeting, not knowing the circumstances, and pay the kind of money that they paid in an attempt to have a correspondence put together to find out how do you remove a board member. Now that person is not me, but until you know the circumstances of the person, we should not, as one board member, take it upon ourselves to try to remove anybody. Mr. Alexander knocked on doors just as everyone else here. We don't know his circumstances, and no one took the time out to try and find out. They just assume. And so I'm going to let this public know, no one board member has a right to do anything, has no more power than any other board member sitting here. We were all elected. You may not like, or we may not like each other, some of us, but we have a common goal, and that is to work for children. It's time out. The election is over. Stop playing the games. One board member does not have a right to do anything. One board member should not have taken off of this, not allowing board members to speak at the end of board meetings. So I'm going to ask my fellow board members to let the president know that at the end of board meetings, we should be able to speak. I shouldn't have to fill out a comment request. That's silly. Thank you.
That concludes citizens' comment, public comment.
At this time, we had student recognition slated, but our student that was supposed to be here actually has a game to attend. So we wish her the best of luck, and we will see her at next month's board meeting. At this time, we will have the reports and communications from our superintendent of schools.
Okay. And I have 3 slides up there, but I might as well just wait until the slides come up there, and,
I think Nick's gonna go first, and then we'll click them for you.
okay.
Do you want to go? Doesn't matter.
Whatever's easier for you.
I'll just go in order if that's fine. with you.
Okay,
Okay.
go in order.
I have 1 slide, so it's very simple. So,
We'll start with Mr. Swanson.
all right, thank you. All right, good evening, board.
Good evening.
Just one technology update. Very excited to announce on yesterday, sorry, 1/8. We now officially have every teacher has been assigned their own designated Ring Central phone number to communicate with students and parents as needed. As far as me asking around, it's the first time in Proviso history that we've been able to accomplish that. There's previously been like department phones, but there was never a number to call a teacher directly. So we were able to roll that out. Thrilled that we were able to roll that out at very minimal cost for the entire district, and we're having trainings to come. But some staff have already just started reviewing the training videos we had for support staff and dove right in and started using the system. So they were thrilled to be able to say, hey, I can give a number out to students now and communicate that way. It's just one more avenue to communicate with teachers. Texting ability will be added in the future. I'm working on that right now. There's a lot of compliance to fill out, but if that's another easier way for parents to communicate, teachers, vice versa, that will be an ability as well. So just thrilled to finish off that project. It's been a long project, the Ring Central one, so very excited that we've concluded that and continue to move forward with it. I just have one action item, just more recycling. It's actually for that Jurassic Park area that we spoke about one time at Proviso East. So we've gone through, inventoried more of that, and a lot of it was inventoried over the summer, but now have it placed to be recycled. So continuing that process. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, and this is very quick and very simple. Happy New Year to everybody. Welcome back. And we have final exams on January 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And they're 80-minute exams for those 3 days. And I just put it up there just to remind everybody. Every day is going to have makeup days from 1:15 to 2:35. Those are the makeup periods. If they miss the exams, they can always take them at the end of the day. The grade level principals will give the exams. Teachers will have lunch during that time. I've listed that. Also, it will be in Facebook. We'll make sure it's on there for parents to also see so they know what time their kids will get out. FAFSA night is across the district in every single school. January 11th from 6 to 8, we will have FAFSA night, and we have people coming from the colleges to also help out online so that they can help the parents in Spanish and in English fill out those applications. Very, very important to make sure our colleagues and our students are all aware of how to fill out the applications. We want to get 100% attendance. We want all our seniors to fill out FAFSA. Very, very important. This is the first year that it started so late. We always had it in October, but the state started us very late this year, so we are up and ready to go in all 3 schools. And the next one is our class of 2028, our Math and Science Academy. The admissions window closes. So I want to bring your attention to that. A lot of parents are asking us, how do I know that I did it right online? This is the only way to do your application is online. And right at the bottom there, it says MSA admissions at pths209.org. When you put that in, you can put in a notation. Did I do this right? Do you have all my documents? You will get a response. Yes, all your documents are in. No, you are missing something. You will get an answer right away. So you don't have to worry. This way you will get a response right away. Okay? That's why we have it there, so everybody is well aware. Okay. Thank you much. And next we have Dr. Hill.
Dr. Hill.
Happy New Year, board members.
Happy New
This
Year.
evening for you, you have the treasurer's report within your information file. And now we will move towards the bill list for this month. Are there any questions?
I have questions in reference to first student.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
see a lot of individualized payments that are needed,
Yes.
and that's for, so you have this large amount that's due to first student, and then there are probably 20, 30 different, I guess, invoices that came in separately. What is that for?
Yes, so I can explain. First, for the bill list, I do need to share with the board members that we need to remove one of the transactions on the bill list, page 25 for Donald Robinson. We need to strike that from the bill list.
Is that the bill list with all the green writing?
No, that is the bill list that is on page 25. At the bottom, there's the reimbursement for Donald Robinson.
We have that in the email too, Dr. Hill.
Okay, thank you. In reference to the first student, board member Patterson, what you see on the past due bill list is the last past due payment that we owe for first student. So we enter those invoices on a separate journal. In reference to the individual first student invoices that you do see, every invoice is entered into the system by invoice number and that amount for that transaction. So that's why you see those multiple entries.
Are many of those from special education?
Yes,
Like
ma'am.
with one
There are a
student?
combination.
Mhm.
Yes, they are SPED routes and they are regular education routes.
And do we have a handle on the SPED routes?
Yes, we do. We meet with first student every month, and the SPED director review those invoices, and then we share the invoices with the business office for us to process.
You said the
And
SPED
it's-
director
Yes,
do
ma'am.
what? What is it the SPED director does?
The SPED coordinator reviews
Coordinator.
all the first student transactions that pertain to the SPED department, and once she reviews them and approves, she gives us the okay to pay, and then the business office processes those payments.
And she has a pretty good handle on that, is that what you're saying, right?
Yes, there is a handle on all the first student bills. We meet with them monthly to ensure that we are up to date. What you see on the past due bill list with first student is that they had litigation. There was a letter that was shared some time ago, and we had to make monthly payments to get caught up, and this is the last one for that.
Okay, and the green scratch out, what is this?
Yes, so I'm glad you brought that up. That was entered in error to the packet. That was backup supporting documentation, and I shared with the team, well, we need to make sure that we review that double, triple times to ensure that that does not occur again. That was backup information for our student activity, so you won't see that next month. So I do apologize for that.
So we should be voting on whatever this is scratched out and greened out. Is
Well,
what
that
this-
is not what is correct. That is not included. That's just for student activities. Yes, ma'am.
We should be voting on it or not?
Yes,
This is in
you
the packet.
should be reporting on the number that is included. That circle part that was scratched out is not included for approval for this month. Are there any other questions? That's all I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hill.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I think she was just saying thank you. Sounds like
Thank
she's
you.
responding. Have a good one.
You too.
That concludes the superintendent's report.
Anyone have any questions?
Yes, I do. Dr. Carvalho,
Yes.
as you know, I teach 8th grade at Roosevelt Middle School. So it is okay that I share this with my students tomorrow because they have been asking me. So I can let them know that if their parents have any questions about if their application was submitted properly, I can just jot down what you just said?
Absolutely, and we shared it also with the middle schools.
Thank you.
And I just got a response back from Ms. Gianos. She will make sure that she meets the February 1st deadline.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Okay, next we have reports and communications from the board president. Mine will be fairly quick as well.
Do you want the?
Thank you, Mr. Swanson.
Or I can-
You can just-
All
okay.
right.
One of the first things I wanted to point out was there's a great program by a group called Polished Pebbles. It's going to be at the Broadview Public Library this Saturday. I'm sorry, not this Saturday, but next Saturday on the 20th. And it's all about social media, how to use it so that you're really creating a brand for yourself. And this will be important for our kids as they, take what they have now and move on through their high school years, through any post-secondary education, through whatever careers they choose. So this is a really good program for kids to get in there and understand the impact of social media on their future careers and learn how to use it properly. Again, I had a note on here too about FAFSA night. I think this is really wonderful to be doing this district-wide at all 3 schools this Thursday from 6 to 8. Completing the FAFSA form is a graduation requirement, and I know some changes did go into effect on December 31st of this last year. So we really want to make sure that people take advantage of these sessions where they have access to help when it comes to filling these out, because they can be kind of a complicated process. So please take advantage of the help we have there for you on Thursday night. Our next event I wanted to point out for our recent graduates, this is a hiring event that is geared towards youth. It is coming up this Friday. It is in the middle of the day from 10 to 2. And this is for our young adults who are maybe looking to explore some career options, but they have a bunch of organizations that will be there. Anyone who's seeking employment or any kind of training can go and take advantage of what they have to offer. And there are a lot of good companies represented there. I also want to point out another deadline that's coming up. Dr. Carvelis had touched on the MSA deadline of January 15th. But we have a lot of programs that we do with Triton College. And these are a lot of great opportunities for students to earn college credit, dual degrees, certifications for industry programs, credentials, and that deadline is coming up on January 19th. All of this is on our website, but I just wanted to point it out that people do have to fill out the applications, and some of those applications do require a letter or 2 of support from teachers and counselors. So please do not wait until 8 o'clock on Thursday the 18th. Please start on those applications now to make sure that you have all of your paperwork in order. Okay. And then finally, I received this letter from Chief Dan Murphy, who is at the Hillside Police Department. He had sent a letter last month detailing how happy he is with how things are going at West. And I wanted to share this with you guys. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay, dear members of the Board of Education, I'm delighted to acknowledge the remarkable efforts of the Proviso West security team in enhancing safety and security at the school. Their dedication and hard work have significantly impacted the overall environment and resulted in fewer incidences requiring police intervention. Previously, the Hillside Police Department was frequently called to assist with disruptions and disorderly conduct at Proviso West. However, I am pleased to report that this school year has seen a remarkable improvement. The Hillside Police Department has been called upon only a handful of times, which is a testament to the effectiveness of the security team's efforts. The security team's commitment to maintaining a safe and conducive learning environment has led to a notable decrease in fights and other disruptive behaviors within the school. Their proactive approach and vigilant presence have undoubtedly contributed to this positive change. I commend the Proviso West security team for their outstanding contributions to the school community. Their hard work and dedication have made a difference in the lives of students and staff and strengthened the relationship between the school and the local law enforcement agencies. Recognizing the security team's achievements is well deserved, and I am honored to have the opportunity to express my appreciation for their dedication and positive impact that they have had on Proviso West. I look forward to continuing to work together to maintain a safe and secure educational environment for all. Sincerely, Daniel J. Murphy, Chief of Police. I will share this with my fellow board members and with administration, but I wanted to point this out that changes that have happened have definitely been noticed. Chief Murphy is a great supporter of our administration at West. I know that he and Ms. Martinez have a great working relationship. And I really appreciate him taking the time out to recognize our hardworking security staff and administration in the building. So thank you so much, Chief Murphy. And thank you to our security staff and administration who are doing so much great work. That is all I have for the President's report. Thank you. All right.
If I could step in here for a second, I got a lot of emails from some teachers over at West today. In the leave that our security lead had to take, Mr. Robinson, we have Mr. Womack step in. And they said he has stepped in and he has taken over. Immediately, they felt that there was a difference in the building in just the one couple of days that he was there, and they feel really, really very happy about what has happened in the last 24, 48 hours. So kudos to him. I hope he's listening. I wanted him to know.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Womack has been with the district for a long time, and he's
Yes.
a seasoned security professional, and I know that our kids are in good hands.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. At this time, may I have a motion to adopt the minutes of the December 12th, 2023 board meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Barbahan, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Dixon? Mr. Ocampo?
Aye.
Ms. Patterson? Ms. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Belterra?
Aye.
Ms. Barbahan? Aye. Motion carried.
May I have a motion to approve the January 9th, 2024 bills list as presented?
Minus the.
Minus the, yes, thank you. Thank you. Minus the entry for Mr. Robinson.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Barbahan, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson?
Aye.
Mr. Ocampo?
Aye.
Ms. Patterson? Ms. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Belterra?
Aye.
Ms. Barbahan? Aye. Motion carried.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the past due bills to be paid as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Discussion.
Oh, sorry, discussion. Thank you. Please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson?
Aye.
Mr. Ocampo?
Aye.
Ms. Patterson? Ms. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Belterra?
Aye.
Ms. Barbahan? Aye. Motion carried.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the application for an Illinois State Board of Education waiver related to the district's driver education program as presented by administration?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson?
Aye.
Mr. Ocampo?
Aye.
Ms. Patterson? Ms. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Belterra?
Aye.
Ms. Barbahan? Aye. Motion carried.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the board's uniform grievance complaint decision and direct its issuance to the involved parties as presented and discussed in closed session?
What is this?
It was
Is this,
in the packet. We had discussed it at the December board meeting, but the entry to vote on it was not on the agenda, so we had to move it to this one.
It relates to Miss Horton. It relates to Miss Horton. She had filed a complaint.
oh,
We had discussed it in December, but it wasn't on the agenda, so we had to vote on it tonight. So can I get a motion?
Make a motion.
so moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All right, that's fine. Any discussion?
Yes,
Okay.
this is to approve the findings?
So under your uniform grievance policy, that where she had filed a complaint under, that after it's investigated, it goes to you for a final decision. And so that's what is being adopted as the decision.
Yeah, whatever was presented to us.
Right.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson?
Nay.
Mr. Ocampo?
Aye.
Ms. Patterson? Ms. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Belterra?
Nay.
Ms. Barbahan, aye. Motion carried.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the Proviso East, West, and PMSA District IT recycling of outdated technology as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson,
Aye.
Mr. Ocampo,
Aye.
Ms. Patterson, Ms. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Beltran,
Aye.
Ms. Barbahan, aye. Motion carried.
Thank you. May I have a motion to adopt press policy 108 and 109, proposed revisions to policies 660, 710, 7160, 7190, 7315, 2230, 470, 580, 680, 6290, 715, 7270, 7285, and 6140 as presented at the December 12, 2023 board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson,
Aye.
Mr. Ocampo,
Aye.
Ms. Patterson, Ms. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Beltran,
Aye.
Ms. Barbahan, aye. Motion carried.
Thank you. May I have a motion to authorize the appointments, resignations, terminations, and stipends award as set forth in the January 9th, 2024 personnel report as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson,
Aye.
Mr. Ocampo,
Aye.
Ms. Patterson, Ms. Grant,
Aye.
Mr. Beltran,
Aye.
Ms. Barbahan, aye. Motion carried.
Okay, the first reading of policy 5110 and 5290 was in the board packet. Did anyone have any questions or discussions related to those items?
510 and what else? No, I'm looking at, yeah. 510, the recognition for service,
Yeah, recognition, yeah.
and then, but you said 5,
And non-reg,
oh, no.
non-renewal.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I thought she said a number, that's fine.
Sam, what are you saying? I didn't hear you.
No, I thought she was mentioning a number, but it was non-rev.
So these are two policies that Ms. Hickson has brought to the board for discussion.
For discussion or first reading?
First reading.
For actually the first reading and a discussion, I want to actually ask, because I have not since I left the district as an employee, have not seen anything done for our retirees at all. So I want to know what's, if anything is going to be done this year. And so that's something that we need to definitely look at. And then 5.290, the employment termination and suspension, we really need, I know that it's 75 days, I believe, right, attorney, that we have to let employees know that if they're not going to be renewed. Is that not correct?
Are you talking about teachers?
Yeah. And administrators, admin.
Yeah, it depends for admin, right? So
Okay.
there are certain
There are
rules that
contracts.
apply,
Right.
correct, there's contracts, and then there are certain rules that apply to principals, for instance,
Mhm.
that don't apply to other administrators.
Mhm.
So it depends. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay.
But for your teachers, the law has changed that it's now April 15th, right? It used to be 45 days before the end of the school year, then you had, it's gonna count backwards, right? Now it's just April 15th that you have to give them notice of non-renewal.
Okay.
All right. So it varies, right? And then your collective bargaining agreements may have provisions that alter that even further. But that's generally the kind of the rule on it.
Okay. And admin?
And administrators, depends, right?
Okay.
Because some of those admin may be tenured employees,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So that you couldn't just non-renew them.
Exactly.
They could still have a job, it just might look differently
Okay.
the following year.
No, Sandra, I don't see 5.29, no, I know it's in the book, but it's not in the packet.
It's, do you,
Yeah, no, we got 510, hold on.
are you looking online?
Yeah, the one we get online, the PDF.
Yeah,
In my
it's-
packet.
It's connected to, online, it's connected to the, like they're both put in together, the policy 5110, recognition for service, and then if you scroll down a couple pages, the next one's there.
I don't have, I got paper.
510, recognition for service,
Scroll down.
and then I don't have.
Yeah. So,
There's like a blank page in between.
Kind, yeah, 514, 510, 514,
No, keep going, son.
5240,
It should be. 5.29, keep going.
670.
well, I only have paper, I didn't see it there, but I do have, would like to just say to Ms. Hickson, Ms. Hickson, the staff recognition has always been in effect. I want to say last year, there was a survey, correct me if I'm wrong, and only 20 people responded. So if my mind serves me right, there was money put up. I believe you asked a question about that.
$14,000.
So there's money out there somewhere. I think it's the Drake.
No, we lost that, Ms. Pat. We lost that money. That money was lost. Yeah, no, I called.
Okay, but I think there was something in writing where we didn't lose the money.
No.
Right?
I followed up Ms. Patterson, and what happened was, they were supposed to, there was a window, I believe, it was either a 30-day or, and I have it in my notes, it was either a 30-day or 45-day time that they had to respond, and they did not respond. So unfortunately, we did lose that money.
Okay.
And I can get it in writing for you, but
Okay.
we did lose that $14,000.
Yeah, so yes, we have always had staff recognition, but and of course during the
Yes.
pandemic that didn't happen. But I know last year only 20 people responded.
That was it for me.
Yeah, I found it, man, it just doesn't have it on, the non-ref is middle, but,
You found it though?
yeah, it's on the
Okay.
240.
Was there anything in particular you wanted us to focus on, Ms. Hickson?
Just not at this point, just needed to bring that up.
Okay.
That was important to me. And thanks, attorney, for clarifying that.
You got it.
Thank you. Makes my job a little bit easier. Thank you.
Is there any other discussion involving these two policies? Any questions? No? Okay. Thank you. I realize that I did forget to have our committee chairs mention their upcoming meetings. I know we have a policy meeting coming up,
Last Monday in the month.
and that's the 27th? No, that's what, 29th, I'm sorry.
29th.
The 29th, okay, 29th, we have a policy committee meeting. Mr. Baltieres, do you have a facilities meeting coming up?
Yes, we have one coming up, we didn't have one in January, so we have it on February 6th, I believe.
February 6th?
Yeah,
And that is a Tuesday.
yes,
Got it.
it's on my calendar.
Ms. Barkman, do you have a committee meeting?
Next Tuesday, the 16th, 5:30 at MSA.
Fantastic.
Mine's the following day, on the 17th.
On the 17th, okay. All right. Just as a friendly reminder, those meetings are always open to the public. Anyone is welcome to join. Please drop in and see what we're up to. Feel free to ask questions. Our board members will be there. It's a great way to get involved and see what we're doing outside of the regular formal board meetings. Finally, we have our FOIA report.
There was nothing to report.
No, nothing to report.
No FOIAs to report.
Okay, at this time, may I please have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Ms. Barbahan, please call the roll.
Mr. Alexander, absent. Mrs. Hickson? Mr. Ocampo?
Aye.
Ms. Patterson? Ms. Grant?
Aye.
Mr. Gutierrez?
Aye.
Ms. Garvin? Aye. Motion carried. We are done at 8:08.